Hey Deanna, nice job here. So yeah, definitely, we got to use as many shapes as we wanted to, and we could arrange them in how, and whatever way we wanted to as well. Um, so yeah, I see that you've created. We're going to do more with an assignment like this later, kind of like a unit here, and then you've repeated it, which is always, it's really good to be aware of that. So you've got a couple of those going on. Which is really a good idea, even though for this assignment that wasn't even necessary at all. Probably sometimes it's better to keep it a little bit simple. So I really like the use of repetition. So mostly this assignment was about creating a dominant element and creating a focal point. And it was also kind of it was about awareness of positive and negative space. And again, trying to combine simple shapes to create more complex shapes. And you did a really good job with that. So in terms of the focal point, that's a little bit tough. I'm not quite sure I'm seeing a focal point. Since you've got the repetition of these objects, there's some emphasis here just because of scale, but in terms of a focal point, usually it's something that is a little bit different. So you might want to think about that before you put the final in the Dropbox on Wednesday. Yeah, just because it's whenever you see something that's repeated, which is a nice way to create unity, it's really a unified design. One of the ways to create unity is to repeat shapes, repeat color if you're using it. There's a lot of, but repetition is a really good way to create unity. So you've got a really nice unified picture plane. The other thing with this particular assignment, when it starts to look like an illustration, it's going away from being abstract. This week is more about abstract. In fact, we're going to be doing a lot of abstract work in this class. We're not trying to make anything look like anything. So that's also something to think about, because what happens is when you see a tree or a moon and a star, looks like the Turkish flag actually, and it also kind of looks like it might be kind of spaceships. You've created a nice amount of movement with repeating these three, kind of like they look like motion trails a little bit. In terms of just the assignment, this particular assignment, you probably didn't have to do this much work. I mean, I know you probably spent a lot of time on it. And another thing, you've moved some shapes to the edge, but since it's the same shape, it doesn't really look like it's moved to the edge much. So that would be something else to really think about. Um, um, but I really think you have the idea of positive negative space, because it does look like there's a figure ground relationship, which means there's something in the foreground and then there's something in the back. You know what I mean? There's a negative space background. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I hope this makes sense. Another thing you could do too to create more emphasis is just not repeat the exact same objects in each one of these, kind of units here. That would also create, create more of a focal point and more emphasis. But wow, really impressive design. Okay, thanks.